Hi guys, I hope that you're doing well today. Shalom, peace to you. Just wait a few minutes to let people get in here. I hope that you're doing well and you are at peace, whether you're near or far. If you are returning back to this platform and you are upright, I send you love and light. If you're some type of troll here for whatever your purpose is here for your wicked way, you will be warned here, and your fate rests in your own choices. If you're new, I'm glad to have you. My name is Shannon Hensley. I'm out of Kansas City, Missouri, always. And I do a different type of work here for the Most High God, and I ask at His hand alone. We're not religious here, but we're for upright righteousness. And truth and righteousness comes from the Most High God and nobody else. And the Most High make you shake and quake here on this platform because He don't lie and He gonna tell a thing. And I have confidence in the Spirit of the living God. And so if you do, then welcome, brother and sister. Get up and let us fight against every wicked thing that's trying to come in upon people who have openings, and let us teach. We want righteousness to spring up all through the earth realm. And I mean, if you're upright, I was reading this morning in the book of Isaiah where those cockatrice eggs can be found, and people weaving their vanity with their lives, which conceive mischievous things. And later on in that chapter, it talks about, how people are just throwing the truth behind them, and they are counted as being mad and crazy for leaving wicked ways because people really trusted in their lies and stuff. And we got a lot of people like that in the earth realm. And I was watching the other day these smugglers that were trying to bring in drugs and stuff, and them getting caught right there at the airport doing some stuff. But this lady literally tried to take somebody's baggage, and she was literally caught right in the act, and then she just sat there and lied about what she just did, but she was caught in the act, yet she was still willing to sit there and lie in their face. That's crazy. We got a lot of crazy people out like that in the earth realm. And the Most High told the prophet to get up and go show the people their iniquity. You got a lot of people that by the hand of God, we are told to go and point at wickedness, and people don't like that because you and I have to look from within to fix a thing. We got people that will be just as hard and crude and rude with their mouth, but would you get up in a correction when God gives you the direction to do that? They don't like it, and God will get right up in His enemy's face, and I do work like that here, okay? And there's a lot of people that's got people around them wearing masks, and maybe you're somebody who wears a mask, I don't know. So it will be ripped off. It will be, because wicked people perish. You are going to die, and I'm going to die someday, but we can prolong our days, or we can die early because of stupid choices. And that's the truth. Now, I have freedom of speech, and I have rights on this platform. And if you are new, I'm dealing with the criminal that is behind the scenes and that has taken their authority and has done some type of a nasty thing on my life, and they don't have a right to control my technology or yours. And so I take my rights here like I do every day. It's just another day as a witness against these people that is a recorded evidence live against them. And I have rights to live and move and breathe and tell the truth because my daddy in heaven tells me to. He tells you to do it as well. The earth belongs to Yehovah Elohim and no one else. And He gave it over to men to run it in righteousness, and people fail. And we're told that the end time would be like the days of Noah. And if you go read about that, God was grieved in His heart that He even made man. Is He grieved in His heart because He made you folks? I don't want Him to be grievous. I've done things in my own life where I've had to go back and make it right with the Most High, and have learned to just get up and walk hand in hand with the Most High God. And I told Him this morning as I was spending some time with Him, I'm so sorry that you're grieved at your own creation. As a parent, we've also had those types of feelings toward our children as well. We're also children of God, and it's time to come home to truth, because you don't live any other way but through truth, folks. So anyway, this is who I am. Take it, leave it, do whatever you got to do with it. If you are new, I feel energy, and I will give a what for real quick out of that energy. We are to be real quick in a judgment, okay? And most I lay some stuff out here, and he just lets me feel it that way. And so it just is what it is. You'll just have to learn me as a reader. I read the cards a lot differently. And anyway, but I'm glad to have you. Most time, come on in here. If it's your birthday, happy anniversary, all that kind of stuff. Love and light to any person. Maybe you're going to a funeral today. I don't know what you're facing today, but I send you love and light. All right, well, what are you going to bring out here? I just thank you that you go after all our enemies. We have this coming out. There's a divine timing here. There is a divine timing going on. And it's coming out crossing, and somebody thinks they're going to hold something, but God's arm is here. This represents, in the pictograph language, of God's arm. And God's going to force this stupidness out here, these grudges, these greedy people for their own gain. He's going to force something. God will put a wheel over the wicked's head and scatter them, because Jehovah is the wise king. Okay? And so something will be scattered here in this energy. You go ahead and sit there in your greed, you pompous, nasty, prideful people that want to sit there. God said yesterday, if you don't forgive, you'll never be forgiven. I've told this before. There is warfare going on here. There is. Anyway, I've told this. Well, let me hold off. I feel like I need to hold off. Hold on a minute. Let's go on in here and see what the Most High wants to say about that. There's the Empress coming out in the reverse again. This is a ditch. Somebody sets up in some place, or they think they do, and this is vanity. Nothing but vanity. And they weave the spider's web, and they won't be clothed in what they're trying to do here in some stupid nonsense. This is a ditch. This is a ditch. Anyway, there's the Emperor and the Empress. Whether he's upright or not, all my cards are upright in the deck, so they could be crosswayed with one another. We got the second in order of something. Authority is out here, but this Venus will be cut to the ground. She will be cut to the ground according to the Word of God. And so we do have leadership that is out here. Show me more. So this also coming out crossing. For a lot of y'all, this is a police officer energy, or somebody in authority is out here. And so some people are upright, really kind and sweet. And this Emperor pours it on like she is. Okay, she's so supposed to be caring, loving, gentle, kind, very productive. And they lazy, crazy, disgusting. They don't have no value here. She's supposed to have the law within her with the scales. She's abominable. If the scale she's biased, or somebody's been biased because somebody's so cute, we don't move by looks. Looks are vain, God says. This stuff, everybody's going to end up all wrinkly at the end of it anyway. We don't look that way. Neither does God. He don't look at the outward appearance. He looks at the heart. And we're also told the heart is wicked above all else, and to protect it, because issues fly out of it. And if the heart is not circumcised to the Most High God, and His law ain't written on your heart, then you just sit as a vain individual. You vipers. So this can be a police card. The person's got secrets for digging a pit. This word in the pictograph language, when they come out together, is about digging a pit. Okay? And God says, you dig a pit, folks. You will be the one that falls into it. Anyway, we got wickedness coming out here, and it's going to be addressed, and you are being told to turn or die in your sin. People won't forgive. They think they're all a big shot on some stuff, or they won't even forgive themselves, and they know they're the cause of some nonsense out here. And David himself went and murdered and did all kind of crazy stuff. And when he went to pray to God, he said, I didn't do it toward anybody but you alone, God. And I've said this on the platform before. And a lot of people would probably hear that prayer and go, well, you hurt me. You killed my family member, or you did this. And David himself said, no, I only did it towards God. Because if our eyes are on God alone, we won't hurt one another once we understand, have that epiphany of something. Anyway, somebody won't take responsibility for something out here. And God's going to punch somebody out. He is. So there's secrets out here that's not been talked about yesterday. They're about pregnancies for some people, and it was addressed on the platform. I told yesterday on the platform, people doing things behind the scenes secretly on my platform. I'm coming up even with names if I have to, because you guys think you can do things behind the scenes and be secretive. And the people that are in the light, we come right into the light. We don't have secrets. If the true secrets with the righteous, we don't play games, and games came out yesterday. We don't play games. We're not children, but somebody does play games out here because they want to get away with the wickedness, and they ain't getting away with it. Anyway, somebody's tried to dig a pit, and you're going to fall into it. Somebody's father is out here. We have the magician out here. Somebody's name is Abby or Abigail is out here as well. The name Gail could be specifically pulled out here with even the pictograph. Somebody's name is Gay, or you're dealing with somebody who is bisexual. The word bi is out here as well. You got people crying because their hands are out because people are greedy for their own gain, is also what the cards are showing me out here. All right. And somebody in a position thinks they can hold on to other people's things, and they're in error, and they're just inflated in their mind with some crap out here. And so anyway, it ain't gonna work out for you. I'm just telling you, it ain't gonna work out for you. We have the pathway. What pathway are you on? Something happened down dirt road as well, but the pathway, somebody's name could be Derek out here as well. We have the courthouse in the reverse. There's something very illegal, because she also is supposed to have the scales of justice within her, and she don't. She don't abound in nothing where the law is concerned. So the courthouse in the reverse, she probably works for the courthouse. I don't know, possibly. But anyway, there is some legal person out here, and there's craziness. Somebody tried to do something in the court of law illegal out here. Somebody was trying to make those connections yesterday. Anyway, something's changing out here. It's a family betrayal type of an energy out here. Something's happened inside somebody's family room as well. Then so be it. The coffin. You're going to die. Whoever's digging pits, you're going to die. You're going to perish in your sin. When you stand before the great King of glory, you will have no excuse before him in your nastiness. Go ahead and sit there and deny and deny and deny the truth, even though you're caught right in the middle of crap. Like that lady on the show. I was just like, wow, you talk about the deception over people. Gross wickedness in somebody's heart. Gross wickedness. What's in the hidden space today for collective energy? This is about older people. It's also a sexuality card as well. And so somebody is bisexual or gay or something. They're holding on to something out here attached to some secrets. God knows everything in the secret place, folks. And so anyway, whatever. Something around the springtime could have happened as well, especially with the Empress being out here. Anyway, this is also about making peace, but somebody won't do it because they can't make peace with themselves. What else you want to bring out here, Yehovah? The confusion, and that was there yesterday. They like to confuse things and then sit back and laugh at people. You talk about a very wicked individual. We're not moved by them. They manipulate things. Go ahead. God sees it. Somebody's made a choice. This is in the reverse. They've made a choice to sit here in their stupidness and go to hell. There's the karmic, hey, I think I'm hot to trot. Somebody's a cross-dresser. For some people, this Empress is really a man. For some people's case, okay, there's something out here though with the karmic individuals. Somebody's sexuality is being addressed out here, and the maze, okay. And I've been saying the scripture, that lady there, male or female, whoever you are, God tells us that if we are walking with Him in His ways, His pathway, then we are put under a pavilion, and He keeps us under the shadow of His wings, and everybody else is lost causes. Because they won't do it. They think they're going to show up and, hey, look at me, I'm sexy. You're too sexy for what? You crazy. You crazy in that energy. You're going to be all wrinkled up someday as well. Your house is out here. And God said yesterday that somebody built their house on a wrong foundation. And just like that, suddenly, they're going to be uprooted. They're going to be uprooted for doing some nonsense. this karmic individual is in the hidden space. Hey! You nuts. You better turn. Or you die today because the coffin's here. Somebody's marriage. Somebody was married yesterday and fooling around and doing some stuff. They got pregnant out of the matter. They're the narcissist. You can't talk to these people, folks. They're seared at their heart. Humpty Dumpty, there's the egg. It's a cockatrice egg. It's a cockatrice egg. They running. There's the bus. There's the wheel. There's the travel out here. Something's changing on you. They're a narcissist. Again, they like to just sit back and laugh at what they've done to people. That's crazy. That's crazy. Using wisdom and nurturing and giving back and stuff like that. It goes to making peace and stuff, and somebody's unwilling, so you just need to move away from people who's unwilling to be upright and truthful. What else you want to bring out here, Yehovah? This is in the reverse. It says recharge. Breathe, let go, and somebody won't let go. They won't let go. They think they're going to prove some lie in their karmic nonsense and digging pits for other people. Anyway, it says to clear your mind, they can't because they're inflated in their own mind. I'm too sexy for my what? They're stupid. Legal stuff is around some stuff again, and it came out in the reverse. Courthouse is in the reverse. So somebody was bringing a bribe yesterday, and listen, judges, thus saith Yehovah, you do not judge for man, you judge for the King of glory, whose law is eternal. And you are in trouble if you took that bribe with some narcissistic stupidness because somebody was cute or whatever this is about with the legal matter. God, you better have the fear of God upon you when you judge. Because Jehovah says you don't judge for man, you judge for him. You're in violation of the Most High God's law. But people do it, folks. People do it. What else you want to bring out here, Jehovah? Sleepless nights are coming out. Somebody's sick of someone hanging around all the time. This really has come out really in the last 2 months, month and a half, real strong in different decks that has come out. It's somebody just hanging around. They got something to hide out here. They've done some stuff out here. They can't recharge because they're in error out here. Okay? Somebody's hanging around for sex all the time as well. And somebody's just like, well, anyway, you open the door to that. You're going to have to put your foot down with somebody. Whoever that goes to. If you're somebody who's hanging around somebody's home all the time, they want you to leave. And so I guess God's just having me say you need to leave. They don't want you there. Have some respect. I guess you won't if you're a narcissist. Okay? The Most High is going to make somebody bring something back that they took, and there's going to be justice for them. We got thieves out here. Somebody lives on a farm. The word flattery is out here. This morning's scripture talks about how God's going to cut off all flattering lips. Cutie. That's crazy. Somebody does think that they can just flatter somebody. They think their sexuality is over the top. Anyway, an air pilot, or there is travel out here around some stuff, people from places with the wheel here. And there is a separation that's necessary. And God's going to even take it this far, folks, to the grave itself. Because somebody wants to sit here in their nonsense. So dangerous. So dangerous. Thank you, Jehovah. Night and day. You will know who's serving God and who is not. It says that the getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death. Somebody's seeking their own death. Okay? God's going to make it give back. They did it through some type of flattery and somebody fell for it, I guess. And with God, if you fall down, He give you and I space to make it right. You better get up real quick today, folks, if you've fallen down, because once that door's shut with God, that's it. And you can knock and knock and knock and knock. God says, I will never open it for you. I give you a space. And it's on God's time, not our time. It's timing is out here. And it's divinely timed when God says, okay, well, this sin, this consequence has this space with me. Make it right, and that's it if you don't. And then you become some karmic, egotistical nonsense in the earth realm. Anyway, somebody got some treasures by a lying tongue. out here. Honor your mother and your father. So some of y'all, your kids, this is your kid, done something. Okay? The in-laws kept coming out over and over and over and over. So it could be your kid in-law that's done something to somebody's mother or father-in-law or whatever it is. It says, blessed be the name of Jehovah forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. He changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and he sets up kings. And he gives wisdom unto the wise, knowledge to them that know understanding. He reveals deep secrets in darkness because the light dwells with him. Okay? So there's secrets out here. There's the in-laws right there at the bottom of the deck. So your in-laws are part of this nonsense. And if you're an upright in-law, then you are. But somebody's in-law is involved in some crazy stuff out here. And they've went to a very karmic way. They thought they were going to dig a pit, and they ended up falling in it. This goes to the court. Jumped over on the courthouse. That's in the reverse. There's a vice and a moral fault out here. FBI came out in the reverse again for somebody's case. I mean, they're tickling the wires, doing some stuff for their own gain. You're getting caught. You're vain. You're vain. You got other people up in here, when they want to leave, like the scripture said, you call them crazy. You're crazy because we got this little organization going on. We get all this money, and this money's going to take you to hell because it don't belong to you. It belongs to God. He makes poor and he makes rich. He lifts up and he makes low. Who did it? God did it. Get off your high horse, folks. We have a responsibility in the earth to bring righteousness, or we die. Wow. The in-laws. The in-laws, Shadarabahaya. Thank you, Most High. He's speaking. He that diligently seeks good procureth favor, but he that seeks mischief, it shall come to him. And that mischief is conceived by vanity and lies. They're bent over a connection. Oh, poor baby. That connection isn't for you. And somebody's also hanging around because they're bent over some kind of connection because they, pick me. I think you need me. And the person don't want you. Whoever that goes to. Can't make somebody love you, folks. You just can't do it. Better love God alone. He brings people in your life. You still God's got to be the one we cleave to, not people. You lean on the arm of the flesh. God says you cursed there. Anyway, if you're upright in the FBI, I just talk to you, and you know I do. So there's the proposal. And look, it shows two women. It's out of order with God. There ain't nothing productive of that stuff. It's abominable to God. I don't care if you like me or not. He gives you over to a reprobate mind. That's why somebody coming out here like this narcissist with all these viperous eggs. All right. And then the butterfly is coming out here as well. So this is a rebirth energy. The butterfly also gives the death stuff, and it is out here. The coffin is out here. Okay? All right. There's the divine timing. It is coming out. Then it came out crossing. And somebody think they're going to hold on to something because they end under some type of, the divine timing is some type of a court situation for some people. But any kind of divine timing is out here, and our times are in God's hands. And he just brought that out. He's the one that changes the times and the seasons. You can go ahead and think you're going to change something, and you think you change in the times like the book of Daniel says, but you can go ahead and think that you change times, you devils. You can never change the time of God. It is set in his ordinance in heaven. And he's got a covenant with his people, even with those ordinances. If he removes them, then we don't have nothing without God. But he is the one who changes the times and the season, and we're under his divine timing. And we just rest. What else you want to bring out here? Anyway, somebody's in-laws in trouble. Somebody's got a nasty mother-in-law out here as well. This could be somebody's daughter-in-law also, who's also a mother as well. Somebody connected with a nail salon is coming out, whether you upright or not. We have the letter E coming out. That came out real strong, which would be a horse. It also represents a friend in the runes. Increase and promotion as well, and loyalty out here. They were blackmailed to do something out here. Okay, well, let me just say something about that kind of stuff. you're a grown adult, right? Nobody can make you do wickedness. I'm sorry. If you felt blackmailed, I guess you fell under pressure. Okay, nobody can make you do wickedness. If you die for upright causes, because you're gonna stand in the truth and you're gonna not sell the truth, but you're gonna buy it and sell it not, and it costs you even your life. You and I live forever if you're doing what's upright and righteous before God. Okay, you weren't really blackmailed. Somebody really wasn't. They were led astray by flattery. Anyway, a bachelor or a bachelorette energy is out here. Bonuses, purchases, and entitlement. People got entitlement to their things, and God says He's going to bring it back. Wasn't for you. There's going to be a delight and favor, and somebody from college is also coming out involved in some stuff with you, whether they're upright for you or not, as a friend out here. Maybe you went to college with, I guess. Maybe you're a professor in college. I don't know. The E comes out. Okay. And so it looks also like a W and an M. Anyway, it flips stuff in the camera, so I apologize. So anyway, it's out here twice. And like I said, it kept coming out yesterday. So you went to college with this person or whatever this represents. They've done some stuff that's illegal. They think they have a right to hang on to other people's things. Mine. It ain't yours. Something's not yours. You dug a pit. God's going to make sure. Those of you going into the courthouse all backwards because you try to flatter somebody, okay, with sex or sexuality nonsense is out here, and thinking that you're going to blackmail somebody to do something out here, it ain't going to be well with you. It will not be well with you. Here's that masculine again. Well, they really think they're a big shot. Hey, look at me. You're ugly. You're ugly. If you are a good-looking person and you're not full of vanity, I'm not talking to you. We're talking to creeps. We're talking to creeps out here. Whoever is the in-law involved in some nonsense out here, it ain't good for the creeps. Anyway, better step back and do what's right, because this is coming out crossing here, this divine timing. And once it hits the clock with God, there's a separation that's going to be necessary. It is going to be quick and hard, because Jehovah says they won't see it coming. So you need to purpose it in your heart that you're going to do something right before your Father in heaven, or you're screwed, folks. Coffin's coming for somebody. That's scary to me when you think about it. Anyway, the fear of the Most High, it gives us wisdom. It makes us clean. And God brought out a lot of dirty stuff yesterday. And we don't got to smell any wicked, nasty, dirty situation. We just don't have to. We're going to judge it real quick. Because if we don't put a judgment on something, God says, then it's real quick in the heart of men to go do some wickedness. That's why there's cockatrice eggs out here. So the earth is dealing with a lot of narcissistic people. It's a shame. And if we don't have the protection of the counsel of God, folks, then you're going to die in something. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, is what Jehovah says. And if God tells you and I to get up and show the people their sin and their iniquity, even if it means you be sawed in half, God already puts a word out. You don't touch my people. Because I believe Isaiah was sawed in two. They didn't like it. But he had a word from God to do it. And I fear God, not man. You're being warned, folks, in your iniquity today. Mercy and truth will purge iniquity, but you got to do it God's way. Again, there's separation is necessary, and it is coming at a divine time. Those of you who are upright, I stand with you in the truth. Jehovah wins the battle. The battle belongs to Him. We fear no evil. He's got it under control. Get on the right path out here, folks. It's for your betterment to live forever. Until next time, shalom.